hour after the live. Please, please, please make sure to hit that like button, as it will greatly help push this beautiful community through the algorithm and the analytics. And there's a reason why I believe now more than ever you should be pushing my channel, and I'm going to show you why. One of the ones that everybody always talks to me about, why I always say I don't like, because it always gives out the false news. And watch what happened, everybody. Hey, Rin, watch what happened here. Rin, I appreciate you tuning in, and you absolutely tried to warn everybody. I did too. I did too. I didn't know it was going to be the way it happened and the way it was perpetrated on each and every one of you. There's one person in particular I want you to take a very close look at, and you guys mention him to me all the time. And I always say he's a controlled opposition put in place to make you lose your money. And today's a perfect example, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. What a crazy day indeed, crypto, but it's going to be even crazier when you see the truth. Miss Vicky, welcome in, love. Thank you so much for tuning in as always. Crypto Solo Scrooge, welcome in. Make sure you watch him on YouTube. Kryptonian, Crypto, Judge Choice to set the schedule regarding remedies, discovery, and briefing. Excellent. Rin Tin Tin, welcome in. Good evening. 6:18 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Monday, November 13th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. Welcome in, birthday sister Tanya. Our birthday's coming up in just over a month. I'll be stepping over the 40 onto it at least. Charlotte, welcome in. But everybody, who does everybody always talk to me about? What's the one thing you didn't see me do today when this was happening or before it happened? I didn't push this bullshit, and I had it in my Telegram. I seen it. I didn't push this narrative because I knew it wasn't true. Let me put it this way. When BlackRock files for a Bitcoin ETF, do you really think they're going to have a XRP trust? Like, just think about it for 2 seconds. For 2 seconds. Does that even make sense to anybody? Or was this a great way for them to get topside liquidity and use people's favorite influencers to put the fake news out? The same people who always come after me and want to pay me to put this narrative out there that I refuse. Notice my channel is one of the only ones who didn't report on this today. One of the only ones. So, you can't see the sun because it's dark here, but there's no moon again. This is about the 7th or 8th day in a row we have no moon. And it went all around in different spots, but we're not going to get into that. So, here's what helped push the news. Blockchain backer, 2101 hours. I'm seeing news everywhere that BlackRock filed for an XRP trust. XRP obviously on the move, waiting for his more legit sources. So we can't, these sources that they threw out in front of us, posted, and now they threw it right on his page for us to see. This is the kind of stuff that's ridiculous because it even puts a ticket out there. Like, we can't have this happening. You can't. There's too many eyes on it. There's too many eyes on it. So I didn't even report on it because I knew that this was going to end up coming out at some point. So I decided to just do my midday market report. And all I did anybody remember what I did? I said, no matter what happens, we're in this descending channel. I came out and did an update earlier. It's the reason I did an emergency update. And I said, if we're bearish right now. And I even said, I find it very hard to believe that they would ever be able to do what they're going to need to do. And they ended up putting out a false narrative. And now the problem with this is couldn't you just say we double top now? Can't we just say we double top that 7362 and just put in a bullshit? And it's not even fair. This is why it's not fair. Hey, Tanya, thank you so much. Member for 1 month in Tom's Army. Next month, you're in month 2, you got Dusty's Outhouse Crypto News. I appreciate that. So if you're in month 2 and you see that badge, you'll know that that's the Dusty's Outhouse Crypto News. So I thank you so much for that. But these false narratives can't be put out here. We can't be put out here. Oh, Sunny Day song. Ooh, we'll play the Sunny Day song. Please, everybody, hit that like button if you're watching. We have 69 people and there are only 24 likes. I'd greatly appreciate if you hit that like button. On days like today, I really need you to hit the like button so we can get as many people in here as possible so you can understand how this unfolded. So, first you had it in the spread. Blockchain backer put it out there. Said apparently, but put it out there as more factual than not fact. You know, at least put it out there for everybody to see. and to start feeding into the fire. Well, this comes out now about an hour ago. About an hour and a half ago now. It was about an hour ago when I started to put this up here for the live. XRP price swings after fake BlackRock trust filings. And I always tell you, if I don't come on when something's happening, there's a reason why. There's a reason why. Because I'm not going to put out a fake narrative and get people in trouble. So the worst thing you can do is put something out that you have no information on. Or claim that your sources that are not... I don't even want to get into it. So XRP price swings after fake BlackRock trust filing. The false registration posted to Delaware's Division of Corporations website mirrored a legitimate registration from last week. And then I'll show you the chart exactly what it looks like. It's an absurd looking chart. There was about a 7-minute period where it went up 18%, followed by about a 6-minute period where it came down. You guys will see. A fake business registration for a BlackRock XRP trust fueled a market surge and subsequent fall. The registration still available on the website for Delaware's Division of Corporations mirrored past legitimate registrations by the asset manager Giant. It names BlackRock Advisors and Daniel Schwager as registered agents. Like, all we have to do is think about it when you see stuff like this, though. Why would BlackRock want to move in the direction with XRP right now, filing for a trust? Which one could say that might be a way to put in an XRP ETF if they're already put in for a Bitcoin. It doesn't make any sense. So now they're going to hedge money from Bitcoin to XRP through a trust. It just doesn't make any sense. Can somebody make it make sense to me? Am I missing something? Because this doesn't make any sense just on the surface. Why would they even go in XRP's direction if they've got a BlackRock ETF on the horizon? And Hong Kong filed for a BlackRock Bitcoin ETF. So the Bitcoin ETF in the UK, there's been a lot of places that have actually filed. So why would they now want to file an XRP trust? To me, it doesn't make any sense. I'm trying to make it make sense why people really thought that this was a legitimate source or a legitimate thing that we should be talking about. BlackRock representatives have reportedly said that the filing is false, according to Bloomberg ETF analyst Eric Bochunas. Confirmed by BlackRock by me. Some wacko must have added using BlackRock executive name, etc. Come on, man. Bochunas wrote on X, formerly Twitter. Ripple XRP's price soared as much as 10%. But let me tell you why. There's something else going on there, too. I understand that XRP soared, but there's something we need to look closer to the Jeb McCaleb XRP connection, because look what happened at the exact same time. You can go through all the charts. There's only one that did the exact same thing, XRP. So if they're not tied at the hip and this doesn't prove it even more, I don't know what can. Look at XLM. Look at XLM. So if they're not tied at the hip and doing the exact same thing in two different ways, and I'll put in a mini bull flag here. So don't be surprised if it comes back up on these, like XRP back up to like 70 cents maybe. It fucked everything up, ladies and gentlemen. It really did. Or this is telling us that this move here is starting to wane. Otherwise, it's going to try to come back up here and retest these areas. But what it did today, just remember what it did today. And I'm going to get back to that report. Remember what it did today. Don't let anybody off the hook when it comes to the manipulators. The only thing that happened today is you had a 12.5% move or 13% move from the top to the low, and then put in a even lower low. Watch this. An even lower low to bring it to 14.38. So it didn't matter if you were going long or going short. You were screwed today. Anybody who did the futures, even if they were going short and they thought they had a beautiful stop loss, they literally just wiped the floor. I'm completely expecting that move to 59, like we talked earlier. I'm expecting this movement. If you didn't see the update, I came on and I said, warning, yada, yada, yada. It was in the headline. And I said what kind of pattern we were in. And we were in a falling channel. We're in a falling channel. Or descending channel. Whatever you want to call it. I honestly, this is what's happening. I'm expecting a move still, despite this. Unless by some miracle, and there's no legs to this, by some miracle we find some more volume somewhere where it's non-existent. XRP in the daily time frame, it's already mapped, or 4 hourly is already mapped out. XRP's coming down here. I don't care this fake value. See, there's one thing to have a story, but what it looks like to me is they were garnering topside liquidity so that they could liquidate all the shorts. They can say it was some fake news. They can use blockchain backer to put out the article or do whatever they do. Use his page on the Twitter or the X in the comments to put out an actual, what looks like a legitimate source. And then he can say it wasn't. I see what's going on here. I see controlled opposition. So please, let's try to figure this out together. But stop. When we talk about other influencers, I don't do it like anybody else. So if you're going to bring somebody up in my chat, all I want you to know is it's fine. Just if they do paid sponsorships, paid advertisements, or paid whatever, I'm not interested. I don't care because it's controlled. When you get paid by an alternate source, you're going to say what they tell you to so you can get paid. That's how it works. Oh, the sub 20 cent call, Charlie, is not. That was a best case scenario. We've already hit the main call that I made. That 2020 up, trying to be able to buy it there and break sub 40 from $1.66. That was the main part. We still have to break like I've shown a million times, we have to break a trend line. It's a trend line we have to break, and it goes back to January 2018, that whole entire pattern. So unless we're going to break that, it's going to be interesting. The other thing is this completely liquidated so many people. I feel like it's got to go back up here, though, and retest some of these higher sides. You're not just going to, after going way up there, I can't see it not coming up here and retesting somewhere. Let's go to the candle bodies. Could we retest? Oh, my God. See, it's going to be the exact same thing we did on the way down. But please, everybody, if you're tuning in, please hit that like button. Let's help more people find this beautiful community. I think we really do a good job, but other than that, I don't know. This is, it's a nightmare, honestly, what's going on, because the false narratives is what makes it very, very difficult. Very, very difficult for the community. And I'll lose people now because of what I just said. But you know what? Some days I have to say it. Some days there's no getting around what we all know and what we need to pay attention to. We need to know who to trust with sources. I didn't put that out. I came on here and told you what was happening. Ripple XRP's price soared as much as 10% on the news before falling. In the wake of the denial, the price fell back to its pre-news level around 65 cents. But really what they're not telling you is what it did is it liquidated all the shorts. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you did it from. Even a 5X short got liquidated. A 4X short was probably on the fringes. Actually, it was, because you only get about a 76% at max if you get a good exchange. SEC can use this as ammo to delay and most definitely delay Bitcoin ETF, which would, I mean, you're technically not wrong about that. You're technically not wrong around that. No, if they delay the ETF, Charlie, it would crash. It would crash the market. Because everybody's buying in thinking that BlackRock's ETF is on the horizon. The news seemed to suggest that BlackRock was adding to its slate of crypto-related entities, which includes last week's registration of an Ethereum trust. So listen, guys, that's the other part of this. We already talked about why would they do an XRP trust when they're working with Bitcoin. The second part of that is, why would they file for an XRP trust when they already registered for an Ethereum trust? That's what I'm saying. Anybody with half-wits who's covering XRP should know that's fake. You shouldn't even lead credence and feed the fire. God forbid let somebody post on your exact thing that you're pushing the news that claims that registration. I would have blocked that. You can't do that. I guess this isn't worth anybody's time because 115 people and only 60 likes. I feel like this is much more valuable than 60 likes. How is anybody going to see this if we're not putting in the effort together? Like I always say, if you don't want to hit the like button, you can always join Tom's Army. I put all my content out for free. I don't do paid promotions, advertisements, or sponsorships of any kind because I don't believe you can do a channel properly if you have paid partners, because they're going to tell you what they want you to say. So please. I had just closed my short position about 45 minutes before that shit happened. You certainly did. Fireballs, it's real. Go check. What's real? Guys, come on, please like the live. Shitcoin. Yeah, you know, people will call it a shitcoin. They have a right to, but, you know, you have to look deeper. But I can understand from the onset, especially when you get lied to, it's going to 10,000, yada, yada, yada. I share XRP. It's real. Go check the number. It's crazy time manipulations. Yeah, no, we're going to get a pump here. That's what I'm saying. Now it's interesting. Do we use a let me finish this, but do we use a Batman top to bring us down? Or did now we reach top side, bottom side liquidity in a quick flash to where now they could either swing it around or they can make that move down real quick. And then possibly, because they just took out that top side liquidity where everybody was sitting, they liquidated them back to the downside. So you had an equal liquidation of shorts and longs there. You had a lot of people going long or short that had the buy-ins preset right at that 73, or going long right at that target where we broke the high. I mean, look what they did. It's a crazy thing. It really is. The false news also came on the heel of an incident in which a fake headline about a BlackRock Bitcoin ETF approval briefly spurred a market rally. To date, no Bitcoin ETF has been approved. Remember, this just happened not too long ago. They're desperate for liquidity. What's going on here? I want to know what's going on. You know, why are so many people willing to push it as influencers with no repercussion of integrity? Like, that's because we continue to go back and watch these people and give them credence. Do you know how many people come in here and talk about that person, that channel? You know, I always say there's a reason why I do what I do and everybody else does the rest. Still, the moment spurred BlackRock CEO Larry Fink to comment on the pent-up interest in crypto and comments to the media in the wake of the false report. Some of this rally is way beyond the rumor. I think the rally today is about a flight to quality with all the issues around the Israeli war now and global terrorism, Fink said at the time. Of course, use the model of war. And it's not like I didn't have a chance to talk about all of this today. I mean, how many times have I come on? I did a midday market report. I did the morning update. I did a short. I did another update this morning because I ended up doing two, or this afternoon, I should say. So I did an update 8 hours ago, a short 6 hours ago, an update 4 hours ago. And what did I say? We're in a descending channel. We could be looking at an imminent 8.2% drop coming out of when we come to the, but I talked about it in the update. And what happens? You get a fake filing, and now what? Now what? We liquidate all those positions. Now, can we bounce out of this for the sake of everybody who just got liquidated? I would love to see this work in our advantage now. For once, can something work in our advantage, and maybe we just took out all of the liquidity and maybe we could bounce out of here? I don't know. All this does, if this fails now, think about it. We made a new high here. So anybody who was planning on buying topside, let's say they had it at 736, or they played it safe and said 74 cents. Hell, I'll put it at 74 cents. Or they played it even safer and said, you know what? I'll catch it at 75 or 74 and a half. Look what just happened. They literally just got tapped into, no matter what they were doing. And if they were going long and they just had a buy in there, just because a lot of people do that. They know what the old high was, and they put it a percentage higher because they say if it's going to get up there, it's surely going to have to retest and then bounce out. Let's just say they got it at 735, it activated. They're sitting here now before they could even blink down 8. It's insane. That's not the 8% drop I was talking about. But like I said earlier in the update, I said, even though it looks like this, with the manipulation in the markets and the manipulators at hand, you can never quite tell, can you? And that's exactly how I left it when I was talking about it. And look what happens. I mean, how can you justify, and watch this, how bad it gets? And now everybody who's like, oh, this is good, look how small the volume is. If you think this is anything compared to what we had, this looks like another trap. There's no volume. So now you ask yourself, why is it going up on that little volume? Now they could be shocking the sellers. They might not be having the trading bots put the sells in right now, and that happens a lot when you see an upward motion with very little volume change. Look what happened here, though, the 3-minute volume. Let's just go through this together. 3 minute volume, 5.279 million. We opened at 6508. We closed at 70, or we hit a high of 7002, closed at 6735. In that 3-minute candle, we went up 2.26 cents or 3.47%. Now the very next candle, it's amazing. The next 3 minutes, so this is a 6-minute period now between the first two. We opened at 6622, went all the way up to 7232, closed at where we opened. Now, closed at 708. So now we're above 70 cents. Now it went up 2.72 cents or 4.05% in those two candles. And that one went from, listen to this, 5.27 million all the way up to 8.5 million. Now all of a sudden, you've got this candle and it's a consolidatory candle. We opened. And these are pretty irrelevant because now you see how they manipulated it back up by turning off the sells. There's no reason it even went back up here. That's the whole point. This was already said and done by now. And then it came down, everybody sold, came back up because there was more topside liquidity. They came even higher to take it. And now watch these sell candles. 3 million, 2.5, 870, 4.1. Look how quickly it dumped out, and it's all because you had it manipulated by who we talked about. But that's why when you have the influencers that are pushing this nonsense, you're going to get wrecked every time. 140 people watching, only 88 likes. Is that how bad this content is today? Only 88 likes? We can certainly do better than that. If somebody wants to send a YouTube super chat to cheer me up, I would greatly appreciate it. Or join Tom's army. This would be a beautiful night to do it. I've kept you all in line. I'm not giving you false news. I don't even charge you for anything. So please hit that like button. And if you're not even hitting the like button, I'm imagining nobody shared it. Mark, welcome in. Friggin' lizards and dude. He's shaking his head. At 6:39? Uh-oh. Do you want to relax?
I didn't get it.
Oh. Here, when you walk inside, will you give me a water? Because I still find like an idiot. Actually, you can grab my Michigan cup on my desk. Thank you. Crypto Scrooge says the content is fire as usual. Hey, I appreciate that. So now, everybody, look. What's going to happen here? Is this a bull flag that can continue pulling us up, or are we going to keep falling? It's so hard to say, everybody. It's so hard to say. Thank you for sharing Crypto Scrooge. And yeah, it is. It is the same garbage because I would like to see XRP stand on its own 2 feet instead of FUD being spread that tricks people into buying. No, we don't need any more topside liquidity. We needed the bottom side liquidity. We needed that tug that nobody's seeing. We needed that tug down here on the 4-hour time frame and hit that support at the daily. It was perfect. This is a perfect descending channel. Now it fucked it all. Excuse my French. It screwed it all up. That's why I'm so mad right now. This screwed it all up. Why can't people just let it do what it needs to do? Stop overhyping it. Because if it would have just followed this channel, this is such a bullish move you don't even understand. It holds this. You gain all that. Prove the 200 is still support. You get a volatile move back up. And you can expect spikes. You would have got up there anyhow. That's a 75% probability once you hit the descending channel at that 200-day support, the way it's lined up, that you're coming up there. 65, about 62.8% I said earlier, that you're coming up to 85. Now we don't know. It ruined the whole chance of this V shape. That's the point. We had it lined up. Bam, bam, descending channel, bam. Could have made a V-shaped recovery. Did it? Now look what it ruined, though. You can't do it now. If you find volume now, that's the only other way we can do this. There's a chance that this could have opened up the liquidity here, got all that money on the fake out back down, and now you just need to stay on top of the falling channel and break up. Huh? Big airplane. Where? Peter Pan, thank you for the $10 donation. Holy shit. What is that? That is a big airplane. Why does it look like that? Yeah, but why does it look like that? Why is there so many lights on it? Does that look usual? We've been seeing a lot of weird stuff over here.
And the sky's really clear.
Yeah, it is very clear. Yesterday, by the way, our stars were moving. I wish we could have took a video, but it literally lasted like 40 seconds. The stars literally went across our sky so quick. Me and Julie were just like, what the hell is going on? So, but we don't want to talk about that stuff. Peter Pan, thanks for the $10 donation. I greatly appreciate that so much. Looks like the trading box sold off the other crypto to buy XRP XLM, then dumped after. Yep. But look, isn't it crazy though? The same manipulation we see with XRP. I always say there's more of a tie with Jed McCaleb than they want to admit. Even now, I believe that what they talked to us about, XLM, Jed McCaleb wasn't fired, or they didn't have a disagreement. And that buyout was to fund XLM without them having to say that they dispersed into a second company for retail because too many retail traders were buying. But you know what? I have to, yeah, JW, that's why I said I had to stop talking about all that, because I might be touching a touchy subject. But good to see you in here, JW. Tanya, welcome in, love. Yes, it could be Air Force. You never know. But XLM did the same thing. Yes, crypto Scrooge. Yes, remember to hit that like button. Here you go, Julie. Now there's another plane. Maybe. I want to see what this says. I love it. Another content creator just proved that the document is real and authentic. So how, I don't understand if so the company came out and said it was fake, but it's actually real. I mean, who's the content creator, just out of curiosity? You can say it in the chat. This is relevant. I would love to know if somebody finds out something real, it would work in our advantage. But right now it said it was real, then it was fake by the actual company, BlackRock. And I'm just saying they filed for an Ethereum trust last week, and they've already filed for a Bitcoin ETF, so the XRP trust is interesting. It doesn't seem to fit. But I would love it. I would love for someone to prove me wrong. Who's the, just out of curiosity, who's the influencer? Thank you, Charlotte. I really appreciate that. Charlotte said, I like you, Tom. Go find out for yourself. Are you telling me to go find out for myself? I'm just trying to figure out. Go see for yourself. No, I'm not going to waste my time during my live looking at other content creators. Somebody shared it in my chat, so I just asked a question. You could make yourself useful and find out for me. Checking quick, man. The elites are playing games with. They sure are. That's what I said. How are you just going to say you're going to leverage trade or you're going to do all this? Like everybody wants to leverage trade. It's impossible. Just continue to spot buy and do it in the right numbers. I'm just fucking with you guys. I'm having a good time. I don't want to come off all serious when I'm not. We're relaxing with cannabis. Julie wanted me to relax. Fireballs, it's the government website. Interesting. Interesting. Growth Tycoon, thank you for the love from London. Now, if we could put some real news out here, that would be great. Oh, boy, I'm sure a lot. Yeah. What's going on, Tanya and Tony? It's this. There was a report that came out, and in my Telegram earlier, somebody had shared, and this is when it happened. Blockchain Backer had shared. Somebody in my Telegram put this in there. I'm seeing news everywhere that BlackRock filed for an XRP trust. Yada, yada, yada. Waiting for more legit sources. But then somebody posted on the bottom and put this out here. But somebody says that this is fake. They came out, the XRP, or I mean, not XRP. BlackRock came out and said that was fake. Somebody forged it. They put out a fake. I'm not going to go personally. Well, I guess I could. Mr. VH tweets. I don't know. Maybe they're just trying to publicize somebody, but that's okay. We're here to do investigative work here tonight anyhow, people. We're going to do You might have to light that. We're going to... hey, I'm all here. I'm all here for us to do this together, and I'd be more than happy to say, hey, you know what? I was wrong. This does make sense. I want to say I'm wrong. Don't you guys understand? I would like to say I'm wrong every now and then. You guys always want me to say I'm wrong. I wish I could say I'm wrong one time, and this would be the perfect instance. No, we're not looking for the reptile hybrid. Can somebody comment again so I can see that name? RV. So much for watching my content, huh, Virus, if that's your flex. You would know what was going to happen if it happened. All you had to do is watch the update, but don't come in here flexing like a weirdo. Positivity, not negativity. I don't remember who it was. I don't remember who it was, honestly. But you wonder why the 8% drop didn't happen. You see the fake news? Or maybe the real news, we don't know. But you see the news? That's how you can circumvent a move down. We talk about it all the time, and if you watch the update, you would have seen it too. And I implore you, instead of coming here and wasting mine and everybody else's time, educate yourself. Because we do have a beautiful community here. It's just some people like to bring in that dark energy. You could see the move before the news. What move? That fake move? Come talk to me when this finishes playing out, sir. Nothing's happened yet. All you see right now is the legitimacy of probably a fake out unless you get some concrete evidence. But there, I've already touched that, so I see what tonight's going to be about. But anyhow, the falling channel, still can't do anything about it yet. And right now, this looks like a gigantic bear flag trying to play out now. We had a massive move up, and now you have a reversal candle in the 2-hourly. So, you know, a lot of people who gloat, in the end, you won't be here when the real move happens. So what are you going to do tomorrow if it does happen? Are you kidding me? Nothing but bearish. Maybe stick around and watch for a while. Bearish? If I was nothing but bearish, would I have built a portfolio with each and every one of you for free? Anyhow, yeah. So, we're going to continue this. I see there's a lot of trolls in here, but that's okay. Trolls are what make the world go round. The only problem with the trolls are they don't have the portfolio we have. That's the only thing that makes me sad. The trolls come in here and run their mouths, but the problem is they didn't buy in and do what we have to do. You know, I understand what's going on with XRP. That's why I bought it back in 346 after selling at $1.66, but, you know, you're so negative you wouldn't know what I actually do. It's okay. I forgive you. We're all friends in the end. Just some of us will be a lot broker than the rest. And you know, there's nothing we can do about that. A lot of times your emotion will tell you which side you're going to be on. So, Tom, thank you, brother, for your lead a few months back. My XRP bag is secured on downtrend buying and diversified because of FOMO Friday. Stay blessed, brother. I appreciate that percent better. I do appreciate that. I bought in. It's you that is crushing my bags with negativity. No, absolutely not. I'm not crushing anything with negativity. In fact, you know how I can shoot your claims down? All you have to do with negativity, sir, go back and watch my update today, and I'm just going to make a point. Go back and watch my warning and hear how positive I was, because I said if we got to move down to 59.7, there was a, what did I say, 78% chance that you go up to 73 cents after that, and a 62.8% chance you go up to 85 cents and retest the pattern formation at 70 or 85 cents that started in January 2018. There's nothing about being negative here. I'm just not going to blow shit up your ass. You're supposed to do that yourself. You know, I'm not going to do it. So, this is what you need to do. You're taking an emotional stand on me when I'm giving you the information. And why are you so emotional, sir? I got you in at 346. I'm showing you what's going to happen just so you don't be emotional. I'm showing you the moves that can happen just in case they do happen. Showing you that we're in a falling channel or a descending channel because that's what we're in. Just because we had a fake out move up that dictated the news was false because we know the pattern we're in. No move ever goes up that fast if it's for real. You should know that. So bringing emotion in here is just ruining the flow, and it's ruining the positive vibe. So, you know, whether or not I have to respond to certain people, I mean, I don't have to, but I choose to do it this way. Tom, for every negative bastard, there's 100 of us who appreciate your work, and you keeping it. Oh, I know there is. Trust me, I do. You know how I know that? There's almost 18,900 people following me now. Actually, you know what? It's weird. Normally, I get all frustrated. I yell. But I realize, you know, I see a lot of things in a lot of different people. And the shame is some of these people that are commenting, they're not going to be able to get on the same track. They're not even understanding what I do. You know? So, there's a reason why when it's not being negative, you're telling the information. So if anybody's killing your buzz, it's yourself because you don't want to hear the truth. That's okay. I'm fine with that. You'll go somewhere else then. So anyhow, we've got that with XRP. We know what's going on here. There are rumors apparently in my chat that the XRP trust filing by let's see, XRP trust filing by BlackRock I like talking like this to my haters. I used to just yell at them, but now I just like talking. William, I want it to be real. I want it to be real. I really do. Hey, I'm not invested for no reason. You think I'm invested to lose money? No. But I just want it to do what it needs to do to give us the biggest chance to actually rock it off. Some of you don't understand. When you're in a falling channel, do you understand what that means? You build pressure. They took the chance for us to build pressure. You're not understanding. It's not being negative. It's trying to open your eyes for the haters to understand that when there's manipulation, it can kill a rally before it ever starts. That's the point. You've killed the chance to do the downward pressure on a falling channel. Falling channel is building pressure for a continuation. It's a continuation pattern. So on a continuation pattern, if you can't get the liquidity to build pressure, I'm sorry, but if you release that valve of steam, imagine you have steam in a pipe and you have to relieve the valve to relieve the pressure. So the steam comes crashing out. Well, if you go back there to do it 2 minutes later, it's not going to have the pressure to be released. Even if you open the valve, very little is going to come out. That's what's happening right now. If this is real, what would happen? Likely you've already wasted the topside pressure, so you're probably going to get a rejection on a Batman top. But if it's concretely proven that there is a filing and this is going to take place, you should be able to come up to 85 cents and try to see if we can get rid of the January of 2018. Like, let me finish this and then I'm going to show everybody that wants to know. Thank you, Mo. Somebody who's who understands, but you know, so I appreciate the trolls tonight. You know why? You've allowed me to see where I'm at with myself, and I know tonight, you know, I would have went a different way not too long ago. So thank you, because the Lord says you have to be tested to see if you've really built and learned from your mistakes, so, or learn from your past actions. So how am I going to know where I'm at mentally, emotionally, physically, wherever, if I'm not being tested? So, you know, there's always a test. That's the devil testing you. And the trolls just happen to be my devil. That's all. Everybody has their own devil. It's a figurative thing. It's not, you're not going to get some pokey guy out there. It's you're being fed with the, you'll understand one day if you don't now. So building pressure for continuation. Sorry, we're going to learn something tonight because of the trolls. So when you don't get the chance to build pressure, it's a problem. So the descending channel, and now, am I even know what I'm talking about? So here's the descending channel. That's exactly what we were forming right now. That's what we wanted. Some said a falling wedge, but I disagreed only because I feel like it's more of a channel. I don't think it came down to form the wedge. But I guess we don't know. You know why? You know why we don't know? Because it never came down for that third touch yet. So I guess I could theoretically be wrong if it never came down. But either way, we were building pressure, and we needed to have that bounce point off support, that third hit of support. We never got it. We've had 4 hits of resistance right now. We only had 3 before that fake out back up. So now, what's happening? Let's see, is a falling... Not a falling wedge. I wanted you to see the falling channel. Descending channel. So the descending channel is drawn by connecting the lower highs and lower lows of a securities price with parallel trend lines to show a downward trend. Officially, the space between the trend lines is the descending channel, which falls under the broad category of trend channels. So from this entire thing, a descending channel is drawn by connecting the lower highs and lower lows of a security price with parallel trend lines to show a downward trend. Now, you know, you could join my classes for $69.99 a month, just like you do on many of your favorites, but I don't offer them. I just teach you every single day. So, you know, you certainly can't do that. So just stick around and you might learn something. And we might be able to teach each other. That's why I say we shouldn't waste our energy in nonsense. So, 1 hit of support. This is in the 2 hour. I want to go to the 4 hour because that's what I based it off of. So, support. We had a resistance, resistance, resistance. Possible resistance we don't know yet. Support, support. So if we would have got this continuation down, and this is the other part it could have held in, and we talked about it in the update earlier. It technically could have held 633, but we don't want that. But that would have made, so for just for transparency, that's what could have made it in more of a descending wedge. But we wanted it to come down to the whole channel. But this is part of the other part of the pattern. This isn't part of this one right now. This just comes through it. That's that 633 support, as we all know. That happens to be the breakout point of what? The rising channel, correct. That was the rising channel resistance from June of 2022 that pattern started. So now, remember what we just talked about. Hits a support, hits a resistance. We're making it's going down. You have the lower lows, lower highs, successfully making the channel. We can see it, that's a falling channel. If we would have come down here and held, that would have been the ultimate test. And what I'm saying is, it's not being negative, ladies and gentlemen. It was being very positive, because what I was looking at, by my understanding of technical analysis, and when you're on these kind of patterns, if you would have got this last bounce, you would have confirmed the pattern. You would have had a huge breakdown, which would have got that liquidity that you needed. You would have got a liquidity crash. So I call them a liquidity flush. You grab a liquidity grab. Then you could have come back up. Then you had a 75% clip, or 70, what was it? It's like 78% in this scenario. You'd come all the way back up here and at least retest the top, which means at a 78% chance, maybe even 80% probability, you're coming up there to retest that. The beauty of this, though, if you would have done the falling channel properly, which doesn't mean it can't happen now, because now we're building pressure. If something comes out real, which I find it hard to believe, but I hope I'm wrong, like I keep saying, I find it hard to believe because of my understanding of things. That doesn't mean when everything's manipulated, it can't happen. That just means I find it hard to believe. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not going to tell you I believe it if I think it's horse shit. Prove me wrong. That's what life is about. So 85 cents is where I thought at a 72.8% clip, if we came down to the falling channel support, we could come up there. And why is that so important? Well, for anybody who doesn't know, who just comes in here and trash talk today, let me show you. Because I'm all about showing you. In the daily, it's easier too. But this started January of 2018. Significance, XRP at its all-time highs. We came back down after hitting all-time highs, started a new uptrending support in 2020, around January. Had a nice spike up to about 85 cents. Remember that number, everybody? 85 cents? Do we all remember 85 cents? You see the significance now of 85? When you're on the top side of 85, you have substantial bounces. When you're on the bottom side of 85, you have substantial dumps back to the 2020 uptrend. You can go all the way back in this pattern. Unless you get a hold in the middle, but you always get a big bounce down for a big push up. Now, after the December 2020 lawsuit was announced, we had a massive crash from 85 roughly, or 80 cents, all the way back down to 12 cents. Well, the 2020 uptrend now confirmed for a second time. Now we had a mini bear market rally. Not a bull market. It can't be a bull market because we never made a new high. How is it a bull market if you've got all these people that are still down some 40, 50%? Nobody's ever been able to answer that question for me. So a failed bear market rally or mini bull market, not a full bull market, you never even came close to an all-time high, so save me. All you've done is confirm this downtrend. Again, we came down again and held the 2020 uptrend, but this time in 22 for the third time, confirming this pattern formation. Then we broke up again and came back down and did what? Oh yes, hit the 2020 uptrend again in 23. You see what I'm saying here? Created the inverted head and shoulders. Do we think that it's over yet? Oh yeah. If you want to see how hard I work, like JW said, check the Wayback Machine. I've done over 4,000 videos, and that's not a joke. 4,000 videos, and I started at the end of March of 21. The other part of that is, I've never missed a day, not one. So tell me in your life, at work, or doing something that you have done consistently every single day, even as tedious as this is, for over 1,000 days likely, or closing in on it. So that's what I do. So again, I thank the trolls for coming in and showing me that instead of just fighting with the trolls, just show them what's going on so everybody can understand. So if you really think that low of what I do and you want to keep trolling me, by all means, all you're doing is helping me through the algorithm, and I cannot thank you enough. Do you know why? Because the only thing YouTube cares about is reactions. So you've really helped me out tonight. Like, I can't even explain. Look how many people are in here now. When people started trolling me, I had 100 people in here. We're up to 180. You know why? That's right. You helped me with the reactions. Oh, man. Oh, you smell the reactions? They really do help. I can almost feel them. So now, the importance of this is the 2020 uptrend continued to hold true. Remember, I put this bear flag here because I told you that's not what it was in. And I'll show you what I'm talking about for anybody who doesn't know on the other chart. We put this in because everybody kept saying it's a bear flag. And I said it's a bear flag in disguise with a bull flag was the reality because it had such a harsh pull up that this was more of a fake out. It should lead us up here. It should lead us up to this formation again and retest that this is really bearish. If it's not, and we break up, how is this me being negative? If we break up here and we can break this for the first time since January of 2018, that our move should in time bring us up to 210. I mean, if that's being negative, I apologize, but I'm going to be very happy because my $3,400 investment is going to be worth 20 grand. Excuse me as I wipe my tears with our earnings, so I don't get stuck with emotions. If I hurt your feelings, I apologize, but that's only because you don't understand the reality of things. And I'll teach you. Does this look bullish? Can somebody tell me, does this look bullish? Who ran their mouth at the beginning of this? Does this look bullish? Does that look like a bullish candle or a reversal candle? Just everybody please tell me. Does it look like we had a bullish daily candle or a bearish candle? Because some would say, here again, ladies and gentlemen, there is no crying in baseball. There certainly is a lot of crying in crypto, but that's okay. That's just because I don't want to offend anybody. I kind of do. The problem is most people in crypto are still living in their parents' basement. And that's not a bad thing because I wish when I was living in my parents' house, I would have understood crypto. You are so far ahead of me, and this is what I'm trying to teach you. You are so far ahead of me who's turning 40 in December that by still doing it and living in your parents' basement, you're building something to where you can just buy your house outright with XRP if you do this right. So continue living there. But understand, there's a lot of knowledge to be found. And I'm going to teach you to become your own central bank in the meantime for free. And you're going to have precious metals as well. This doesn't look right. This is bearish as hell. And what I'm saying is that's not a bullish candle. Some would say, hey, Tom, look at that bull flag, buddy. All right. I would say, well, isn't that a much bigger bear flag in disguise than a bull flag? Let's be honest. So, bear flag. Bull flag. Bull flag runs us on a fake out to about 71 maybe, 69, 60, I don't know exactly where it's at. If it just runs us down on this is clearly starting out as a reversal candle. This could get ugly quick. If it gets ugly quick, you could have a very quick rebound. Listen, I would love for this to get ugly quick and we come down and touch 59. Here, I'll show you on the other chart. So then the fake out was a bear flag, right? So we put the bull flag in because that's what I knew it was, and I knew it was breaking up. It was just a matter of when. And it was a matter of if we had to touch lower liquidity. We didn't know. For anybody to say you know 100% was just, they're just trying to fool you. I'm not trying to fool anybody. So now we're in this falling channel, but the bull flag is right here, as I spoke about. And we talked a million times how that created inverted head and shoulders. I mean, now this falling channel, if it could have just did it right, do you understand the pressure? It would have built that inverted head, created that right shoulder, and on its way back up. Now we did it all in one tug. Now all it did is I think it got the top side liquidity to come down to the 59 and validate what we talked about earlier. It's very well that could be what just happened. It could have, and that is not a very bullish candle in the 4-hourly right now. The way it started out, it's a reversal candle. So I don't know. It was going up, and now it's showing a reversal candle. So I mean, I'm not trying to be mean to anybody, you know. My TA doesn't mean anything. You can print those lines all you want. You just delude yourself. Yeah, everybody is entitled to their own opinion. The only reason I will say whether or not you want to talk whether they're efficient or not, I mean, results speak for themselves, my friend. It's one thing to say you have lines out there, but it's another thing to know when to sell and buy the market because of your lines. So, like I said, I appreciate the trolls. I just feel bad that you lost all your money. If you were doing successful in crypto, you wouldn't be trolling it. That's my experience. When somebody's trolling you, it's because they're missing out. You don't hear somebody who's an NBA player. You know, I'm not even gonna get into it, but I'm just saying, instead of missing out, join the party, my friend. But I do appreciate you pushing me through the analytics. I mean, it's so important. You got to keep commenting. I would encourage it. Yes, keep it between the lines. Tom, the forces that be are trying to hold you back, brother. This is the second time I tweeted your video, and it's been, I want to see what the last part of this is. My stuff gets shadow banned so bad, but I like it. You know why? It keeps people coming in here at they're supposed to. Nobody's supposed to find this at the same time. One day, like I said at 5,000, or I said at 1,000. One day we're gonna have 5 and then 10, and it's not gonna be as easy. And then it's gonna be 15 and then 20. You know, now I don't know how this happened in 2023. But our portfolio's wrecking it. That's why. We've got about $6,500 as a unit together, and our portfolio's up to over $13,500. So I mean, in a bear market, like I always say, I don't know where you can hide your money out and double it in a bear market. If somebody wants to explain it, you're more than welcome. And not just that, the amount of precious metals, because we're on our own central bank. We don't live off of credit, ladies and gentlemen. I paid my house note off. I bought my car with cash because there's a reason why you do what you do. So you build these up so when I need to buy another car, XRP will be in its cycle. And I'll just be able to use XRP and move the funds around. Or hopefully by then I'll be able to just use XRP to do what I need to do in 2028, but we got to get there. So nobody ever wants to show you how the journey is. They always want to show you how it is after they get there in the lavish lifestyle. I'm just showing you how to get there. You guys see me living with shit, and now we're growing together. It's been almost 3 years, but you've seen just what my investments and showing you exactly what to do are doing. I could be doing paid sponsorships, but you know, I don't see value in it. That's nothing more than me trolling you, and the trolls are doing their job by getting me through the algorithm, and that's their job. Remember, if you don't have trolls, you're not doing your job. People that like you aren't going to keep commenting. The ones who find you hideous, or they think you're doing a bad job, or they just are, I don't know, they just don't like themselves, they're going to comment a lot, and that really does push the algorithm. More than most people realize, actually. But man, I feel like we covered a lot tonight. How many people are in here? 166. Holy smokes. But the daily close, it was a terrible close. For where it went up to, it was not a great close. For anybody that says otherwise, I mean, we need something. So, is there any more stuff on, let's see what somebody shared in the Telegram. If the XRP filing is fake, then the Ethereum one must be as well. They are identical. That's your guys' source? For Christ's sake. You know, sometimes I wonder why I do what I do. Don't they think that maybe they might have took that off of the Ethereum one to make it look real? How stupid are these people? Somebody even, the BlackRock response in itself said somebody stole and put it, I mean, oh my God. I can't deal with some of these. Alex Cobb. I mean, that is what it is. So what I say is when we do FOMO Fridays and Winning Wednesdays, when it's in rotation, we do what we got to do. And for anybody who doesn't, needs an update, that's part of it. We've got, because I get asked all the time, might as well do it now to cool down. XRP, XLM, and XDC, we have equal parts, 12,222 tokens. Wow, Joshua, you sub back at 1,300 subs. Holy smokes. You've been with us a long ways. A long way. Thank you so much, Joshua. So you got to see the call live in 21 when I made everybody sell at $1.66. And then we bought back at 346. Took a while, but, you know, we were patient. After buying in at 47 cents on average together. Remember that? Beautiful times we had in 2 months. But we have, let's go from the top. So we have Algo, just over 7,800 tokens at just under 10 cents. We didn't quite get as low as we wanted, but with the average, we ended up just below in here, but we bought some of it in here and in here. We waited for the rotation. Now we're looking pretty good. You know where we're at. We've got room underneath, but that's not the point. We can always buy more because I didn't get to 10,000, but I won't buy it when it gets outside of that rotation just in case it comes back through. We have, well, Julie has, that I sent her back. You guys all know the story, but she's got just over 10,000 Doge. But she had it at multiple zeros, and then it went up. As you guys know, she was one of the ones who made 10,000, 20, I don't know. She had $50 in there, and it went up to over 1,000. It was crazy. Like 13, 1,400, it went up. It was just ridiculous. So I sold it out for on the Saturday Night Live, and then we bought it back. And I don't know, 5 something. I sent it back to her, so she's doing great with that. But that's in her portfolio. That's the only one she wanted. She has an affinity with it, and I don't blame her. If something did that good for me, I would keep it too. XRP, XLM, XDC. XRP, we have at 346. XLM, we have somewhere in the mid-8s. XDC, we have just at 0028 and some change. So that's where we're sitting on those. And we bought them all in the rotation. So, you know, you have to buy when you think they're at. DGB, 72,222 tokens, just under 006. I brought my average up a little bit to buy with somebody on these very airwaves during one of the FOMO Fridays who was afraid to buy it. And I decided to buy some at 008. Another 10,000 tokens. I had 62,222. To put it in perspective, when I sold out in the 2021 bull market, I had 10,000 tokens that I bought at 5 cents and I sold at 17. So 10,000 tokens were $1,700 I got. I bought back 72,222 tokens for like $400. I have 7.2 times as many, and I got to keep 66% of the money and put it on other things. V-Chain, we have 22,222 tokens at 155, 16. We also have 22,222 tokens of ZIL. And I say we because we did it together. Anybody who's been watching could have done it. I do it for free. I don't charge because in the end, I live off a pay it forward mentality. And I live off of what I do with trading. So it doesn't, whether you guys do it or not, it is what it is. But I do appreciate the pay it forward mentality because I can't think of one other person that's going to tell you this and be in the position we are in a bear market. We have ZIL, 22,222 tokens as well. And we bought that around 1.6. We have Casper. I can't exactly remember where we bought Casper. We have 10,000 plus. It's either at 3.2 or 3.3. I don't remember what it ended up being. So basically where it's at now. How about that? We have 10,000 plus H bar we bought together at about 5.2 on average. It's a little lower than that, but I like to say 5.2 because that was the top of the buy area. We have Flare, 10,000 tokens of that and some change. We bought it at 0.085. We also have Corium and, well, Corium will start there. It was at 8 and some change. We bought that because its total circulating supply is just about 500 million and it's on the XRP ledger. We also bought just about 5,000 Solo, again, because it's on the XRP ledger and its circulating supply is just under that of Corium, which is just in the about 500, just a little under 500 million total circulating supply. So it gives it a reason to run a lot quicker than something like XRP and some of the other ones. Then we also have Gala, 10,000 tokens at 0.0. I don't even remember what it was at. It cost $27 or whatever, or $52 to buy them all. So it was cheap. So, but that's where we're at right now. I think I covered everything. So for anybody wondering, that's where we're at as a community, and we did it on FOMO Fridays. Nothing was hidden. We did it all together. I didn't make people pay. So that's how we do it. So for anybody watching, you now know where we stand. I mean, I don't know who else is going to be as transparent as me, but, you know, that's how it goes. So yeah, that's basically what I got tonight. It's basically what I got tonight. Just watch this now. Let's go to the right chart. Watch this, though. Because if this goes bearish here, everybody's like, oh, so much for your 8%. I mean, let's just watch this play out. Oh, my God. It did come out, didn't it? Kryptonian, it did come out a little blunt, didn't it? But, hey, you know. Oh, my God. How do we do it, ladies and gentlemen? Can I just ask an honest question? Is there any of you as annoyed as I am at all of the influencers just in it for the money? Isn't there any integrity left in what we do? There's so much money to go around if we just get everybody on the right page. I'm telling you, we don't need to do that shit. What? Why do you want the... Easy. Why do we want these fake outs to the top side? We want this to run the liquidity. That's the whole point of this falling channel. It's not a fake pattern. It's a real one. Oh, I don't care about that. I like the trolls today. You know why? They made it a beautiful live. I told you, I've come outside of myself. Oh, yeah, the trolls in there. I thought you were talking about the channel. But, yeah, they do need to relax. Exactly. I always tell everybody it's that human. I do say a lot. It's your fellow man and woman. If you're taking it all for yourself, somebody... See, this is how real it is. If you're getting rich, somebody else has to be broke. So if they're making money, you have to take it from somebody. That's the other thing, Joshua. Yes, the paid sponsorships. If they have a paid sponsorship, they're controlled. Because now you have to do what they say. Could you imagine if you had to watch me and 3-4 times a video, 7 times a live, I go through a 30 to 1 minute spew? I mean, it's so annoying. I can't watch anybody. That's why I say, even Peter Schiff and them, it's wearing on me because I'm watching them and they do a paid sponsor. Like, it's hard. But they've earned the right to do it, so I give them a pass. Peter Schiff, Robert Kiyosaki, Mike Maloney, Jordan Peterson, Ben Mala, all these people have earned it. They've earned the right to do it. I haven't. And nor do I think it's appropriate for me to do it in what I'm doing. I think of the gematria stuff. You know. Well, I don't smell a lot of bullshit around the woods lately. But I do see a lot of smoke spewing back there. And where there's smoke, there's usually somebody puffing very hard to make a fire. And when you got to make smoke yourself, and you got to blow to do this, it's not real. But I do like gematria. I think there's a lot of value in it if you do it properly. It's just a lot of people push it to fit their agenda. See, here's my only problem with gematria, okay? And this is good. If we can just classify whether it's going to be in English, Roman, Chinese from 1931, the Islamic whatever, or in whatever, because if you go from English to Latin, oh, the meaning in Roman is this, or the meaning in Latin, or the meaning in English, well, then it dilutes it. If it's on a 1-to-1 scale, you can definitely find a lot in gematria. It's not a bullshit. It's just the way you see it on YouTube. It's a lot of it is controlled opposition. I tell you this all the time. How do you know I'm not controlled opposition? Well, any controlled opposition wants to be paid. That's why I say if you ever see me do a paid sponsorship, paid advertisement, or anything like that, you know, I might be going downhill. It wouldn't happen that day, but it'll certainly happen very near future when you get the second. It's not the first one, it's the second and the third and the fifth and the 10th. All of a sudden, before you know it, you got people watching you because, you know, I'm not going to get into it. So, that's what's going on. Yeah, you're right. You're right, JW. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. All right, so XRP in conclusion, 6632. I mean, I wish it wouldn't have did what it did earlier. That's all I'm going to say. I wish it wouldn't have did what it did earlier. I hope we still get the correction down so that we can build the pressure. The bottom line is we needed to build the pressure to put that head in my opinion. Now, you could say that this is an inverted head and shoulders that's playing out. It's just look how fast that came out. That it's not working right now. But we would have needed for this to play out properly, and this is what's bothering me, honestly. It needed to kind of play out, and then it needed to come down like this and rebound. It just all of a sudden came down. There's nothing there. I'm failing to see anything here but a bear flag, even if you draw it out. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Maybe I'm wrong. Am I seeing this wrong? The audience can tell me. Am I seeing this wrong? You know, I'm impressed that 159 of you are still here. That really means the world to me tonight. Even Mitch Ray TA, who is my fave, made me lose money. Well, don't hold him too harshly. You know, maybe he actually told you the right advice, and this is the other hard part about being an influencer, is maybe he gave you the right advice, but it wasn't held for, you know, the longevity of when it should have been. You know, that's the other thing we need to remember. If somebody's telling you to buy it in 2021, it's not to sell it in 21. You know, like me, when I tell you to buy it in 23 where we did, it wasn't to sell it in 23 at the first chance you got. It's so that you can have some real good buy-ins leading into 28. So. Oh, yeah. Okay, Ren Tintin. I understand that, because even if you're watching me, use your instinct over what I'm saying. That's what I always preach to everybody. If it comes down to what you think and what I'm saying, maybe just let this one time play out and see what happens. And I can almost guarantee you'll still get a chance even if it rotates back down. Yep, no, I know. That's exactly why they're an influencer, and so am I, but that's why I don't like to do anything but put the patterns up. Yep, you're absolutely right, Rin Tintin. You are 100%. Well, I don't need to, yeah. No, you're right. Somebody said I say I'm not a financial advisor. I say that for a reason, just so that people know. It's tough. It's really tough right now. When somebody asks you what the levels are, I'll reserve the right to still say exactly what I said earlier. Earlier I said we could come back and retouch the top of the channel. I just didn't know we were going to get news to make it happen like that. Unfortunately, some people are going to find out the hard way that just because you have a move like that doesn't necessarily mean it's just going to break out now. And that the actual move that was presented in front of us earlier has not been invalidated by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, it's making that case stronger because it put in a bear flag now likely. On that quick move like that, that's not a sign of strength. I don't know. That's a problem. We ran out of volume. I know, Charlotte. So did I, unfortunately. So did I, love. You know, and there was a few I really did like. I can't take it. But anyhow, like JW says, You don't want to cross the line. You want to be relevant. And not just that, you want to be here and present. So we got to stick to the content. So, a BlackRock spokesman confirmed to the block that filing has no relation to the asset manager. This means BlackRock is not currently preparing to launch a spot XRP ETF. The filing, first spotted by users on X, was followed by a 12% hike in the price of XRP over the next 30 minutes after the first post. So, the BlackRock spokesman says it is false. But everybody's coming in here who's saying that it's real. I reserve the right to wait for a BlackRock spokesman to correlate that or to corroborate it. They also said that somebody essentially spoofed it looked like a real filing. They just put in the XRP information. So the filing is legit on the Ethereum one, the Ethereum trust. You're correct about that. It says they responded to the block. It says right there. I don't know. You tell me how the news works, because they were probably pissed that it was out there and XRP was pumping on their fake news. It just says a BlackRock spokesman confirmed to the block that the filing has no relation. So how do I know? That's above my pay grade. I'm just here to report what they're saying. So, I mean, you can take that up. That's above my pay grade. I'm just giving you the information. I think the burden is for you to prove to me that it's not, that it is fake, or that it is real, I should say. Prove me that the spokesman is lying. The burden is on you right now, not me. I could tell you that I'm going to walk across a rainbow and there's going to be a pot of gold, but it doesn't make it true. You checked, yeah, that's what a lot of people are saying on the Delaware website. But they're saying that on the Delaware website it's a fake. It's not real. It's not real is what it's saying. You can keep checking. I'm just going to reserve the right to wait. It does me no good to speculate on something that's above my pay grade. I don't need to get views. I'm not here to get views for the wrong reason. Building trust is better than getting a few phony views. I'll tell you that right now. Oh, yes, JW, but like you always say, I got to be there. You got to be there in the end to be able to make it real. So, everybody, I'm going to leave it there. I think we covered a lot of good stuff today. I thank everybody for tuning in. We hit 200 views. If you appreciate what I do and you want to pay it forward, and you appreciate all the stuff I put in to be with you every single day, tonight was a good example of just exactly on just a small scale of what I see every day, maybe through the emails. People email me relentlessly with bullshit. You know, a lot of mean stuff, a lot of stuff you wouldn't even want your worst enemy to read. A lot of people are very rude in the comments, but there's just as many, 10 times more, that are unbelievable. And that's why I say we have a beautiful community. And it's our job to not be negative, but to be positive. The light does extinguish the dark. And the dark energy and forces that have been here for a couple years have allowed me to move on to my next plane. So I appreciate you for helping me, the trolls, in regard to helping me push through the analytics. I appreciate it, and I hope to see you on the next one, because you really did help me reach a much larger targeted audience tonight by the impressions, because YouTube really likes it. So comments, likes, shares, that is the only thing that really moves you. So you have done a tremendous job, and I thank each and every one of you. To all of the members of Tom's Army, to the ones who are in here consistently every single day, I'm blessed for each and every one of you to be here. If you're looking to send a YouTube Super Chat or join Tom's Army to pay it forward, you don't have to, but if you feel like I've done something for you over the time and you want to pay it forward, look in the video description below. And then if you're looking to trade XRP, do it before you have to do a KYC with FEMX by 24. I'm almost positive you won't be able to do that anymore. Look in the video description below. Stay blessed, everybody. You've all made my night. And a special shout out to each and every one of you.